The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks were a respectable Middle American fraternal lodge, a place where businessmen and civic leaders gathered to talk about local events, participate in social affairs, and carry on charitable activities. They were so respectable that writers made fictional characters as diverse as Sinclair Lewis's George Babbitt and radio's Fibber McGee into members to show their roots in small-town life. The BPOE, it was said, were the best people on earth. They also liked to travel. Beginning in the 1920s, tourism comprised an increasingly large part of the economy of Little Falls. Tourism's contributions were especially important during the difficult years after Little Falls' thriving logging industry declined and the Pine Tree Lumber Company closed in 1920. The growth of the tourist industry was made possible by the increasing popularity of automobiles and by the improvement of the state's highways in the 1910s and 1920s. So it was an important step when the local Elks Lodge opened this hotel in 1923, a statement that tourism was the wave of the future for their hometown. Designed by Bemidji architect Clarence Jackson, the building was constructed into a hillside so that the ground level opened out to the west. The basement contained a dining room, a double bowling alley, plus a billiard and card room. Upstairs there was a large auditorium and 27 guest rooms. The Elks Hotel became a significant social and cultural center in Little Falls. Club meetings, political parties, business and professional meetings, rallies, fundraisers, balls, banquets, conventions, and celebrations were hosted by the hotel. Over the years, many distinguished politicians and military leaders, writers, artists, business leaders, and other dignitaries have stayed at the Elks Hotel and the Pine Edge Inn. These include Hubert H. Humphrey, Sinclair Lewis, Van Cliburn, and General George C. Marshall. One of the most notable events held at the hotel was a celebration honoring Charles Lindbergh when he returned to Little Falls after his historic transatlantic flight. As a hotel, the Elks home was not prosperous, and the Little Falls Hotel Company acquired it a few years later and named it the Malcolm. In 1939, Jim and Jack Madden bought the hotel, renamed it the Pine Edge Inn, and remodeled it, advertising it as a modern hotel in the colonial manner. By 1948, the Pine Edge Inn was Little Falls' largest hotel, and in 1953, the Maddens opened the Pine Edge Motel across the street from the inn. They operated that until 1981. The Pine Edge Hotel paved the way for the Maddens to build up their property on Gull Lake near Brainerd, a place that is still considered to be one of Minnesota's classic resorts.